Stasha is the period coach, the bloody kind, not the grammar kind. Author of The Revolution Will Be Bloody, founder of the period school, certifying coaches to incorporate menstrual cycles in their work. Stasha is also a dancer, cook, sport fighter, Tai Chi practicing, speaker, author, skateboarder, INTJ, foul mouth, football loving digital nomad. Basically, pinning her down is nearly impossible. She'll go anywhere as long as there's a tea kettle and Wi-Fi. Welcome, Stasha. Hello, Stasha. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay. I'm always happy to see you, of course, but especially when we get an opportunity to share your message with the world, because I know for a fact this is one that's missing for about half of our population. How we are figuring out how to be when we're showing up in the world. I think it's one of those things that is the hidden factor for so many of our supposed failures.
Oh, yes. And like the self-flagellation, like, oh my God, I'm a failure or I suck today or whatever. And it's like, no, you don't. You're awesome and amazing. Your hormones changed.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. And it's such when you realize how many things the hormones are affecting in your life, you're like, why didn't anybody tell me about this? When you were learning about how to help yourself, like this, a lot of your story comes from the endometriosis and how it so severely affected you, how doctors didn't have answers for you and you had to figure it out yourself, right?
Mhm.
So as you were discovering, what a point where you're like, hormones are a thing.
I think it might have even been kind of a gradual discovery of, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I see that here. Oh, okay, that works. It was like, it was so funny because I'm like sitting there with all of these doctors as a teen going through like super painful periods, and no one is explaining anything about periods or menstrual cycles at all. We never had an educational conversation at any point. School was pretty useless on that front as well.
Yeah, we had a
So,
film, but it was really useless.
yeah, it was just like at one point in my research, I kind of went, oh, okay. So these are the hormones that are changing. And I kind of just sort of realized like, okay, I feel like this, and those hormones are higher now. And then I feel like this, and now those hormones are lower, but other ones are higher. So that must mean, how is this not common knowledge? How is it that we spend 40 years basically menstruating and nobody just gives you like the little heads up, like, okay, estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, they're all going to make you feel slightly different, and like you should probably just know that.
Yeah.
Like it just never comes up. No one ever says like, oh, you are extremely wiped out in this phase of your cycle. Yeah, some of those hormones crashed and maybe you're not in the right balance because there should be some other ones helping. I feel completely confident one day and then absolutely zero confidence the next day. And no one goes, yeah, that's probably because your testosterone just crashed yesterday. So
Yes.
you went from like super confident to like not feeling so confident. And yeah, that's probably
And
what
it happens.
happened. A heads up
Well,
would have been nice.
and this is what makes me always a little confused about society and the way we're not taught to be human, because these are very predictable events. Cycles are a thing. And I feel like I'm talking such basics when I talk about cycles, but the way that we're so blind to their effect in our systems, in our bodies, in our world is crazy.
Yeah, it's dumbfounding when you start going down the rabbit hole and you realize, oh my God, every single day I am in a phase of my cycle. Every single day there is a hormonal shift happening, and every single day is predictable. But we're also culturally conditioned to be men, to have a 24-hour androgen cycle, to do the same thing every day at the same time, because that's what works for dudes. Our
Mm.
whole culture is so built on this foundation of men are the ultimate